What you tolerate, you will become. You constantly will think that it's harmless, allowing something to slide, just because it's little, just this once, just to keep the peace within yourself, just to avoid the discomfort. However, those moments, those single, tiny, one-off silent surrenders are not neutral. They are not passing. Instead, they are defining. Because what you tolerate, you will become. Tolerating people speaking to you like you're beneath them. Eventually, due to that, your silence will teach them that it's acceptable. But more importantly, it'll teach them that maybe you do deserve it. That maybe you are beneath them. And maybe you'll start to adjust your posture, or you'll start to change the way you act around them. You'll laugh at things that aren't funny. You'll apologize when nothing wrong has been done. And slowly, that version of you that had boundaries, that had realistic, limits for other people, that had dignity, will begin to erode. It dies a quiet, sad death, and it drowns in the moments that you thought didn't matter and let slide. Tolerating laziness in your life, snoozing that alarm, skipping that workout, that deadline that you pushed back and back again and again. You think that you're just tired, stressed, burnt out, human. But repetition is what breeds identity. You're teaching yourself that following through is optional, that it's a choice, that discipline is something that's negotiable, that goals are simply decorations instead of obligations. You're not just avoiding hard work. At the same time, you're also becoming someone who avoids hard work. You're literally morphing your identity to become something and someone who says that it's acceptable for them not to do the work. And the scariest part about that is that you won't even notice, because decline will happen very quietly and it will always feel justified. Tolerating these shallow friendships and these pointless conversations and unfulfilling habits isn't simply passing the time. Instead, it's telling your future self, telling the future you, that this is what I deserve. This is the level of meaning that I'm okay and happy with. And eventually, due to this, your life will start to resemble the things that you once swore you would never ever settle for, or that you would only slide this one time. Every single standard that you lower, every single boundary that you get rid of, rewires your brain physically. Every single compromise you make sends a neurological signal, and the message is always the same every single time. This is who I am now. Not consciously, not loudly, but every single day it will sink in. Like I said, day by day, choice by choice. Like gravity, it'll pull you towards a version of yourself that you never intended to become, that you resented even. Because identity isn't some sort of grand declaration that is made one time. It's every single thing that you do once you wake up. It's the discomfort that you allow in your life. It's the excuses that you make, the truths that you bury. It's the friend that you keep around even though they drain you, even though they're bad for you. It's the job that you complain about, you never leave. It's the passion that you claim to love, yet you haven't worked on it for months. Those things become you. If you truly want to change, then you have to stop negotiating with your standards. You have to stop giving energy to things that disrespect your time, your mind, your potential. Because every single time you say that, it's fine, I'll do it next day, or, I'll let it slide this one time, it's not. Your soul will start to hear you. And it takes notes upon the things that you do. And eventually your soul will start fighting. It'll give up fighting for better. It will stop fighting to become a better version of yourself. It'll give up. Eventually, you'll become the things that you say you'll never be. What you allow is what continues. And what continues becomes your normal. And once something becomes your normal, it becomes invisible. You'll stop noticing that chaos around you. You'll stop noticing the emotional fatigue. You'll stop noticing the mediocrity. And you'll convince yourself that one day, even when everything inside you is screaming that you're not, you'll convince yourself that you're okay. And the brutal, realistic truth is that you're not going to get better just because you want to. Life doesn't reward intention. Instead, it rewards action, standards, non-negotiables, and every single time you betray those things, life doesn't simply punish you. Instead, it quickly reroutes you into a version of yourself that feels smaller and duller and more passive, and it does that quietly. Think about it for a second. The most successful people that you know are not just driven. Instead, they're intolerant as well. They don't allow certain energies to even interact with them. They don't allow certain things to be near them because they don't keep around the people who mock their goals, and they understand that they cannot tolerate the low effort versions of themselves because it's what kills you. That's the thing that kills you from the inside. It's not because they're heartless or because they're rigid or because they're envious of anything. It's because they understand that your standards are your most sacred possession, that boundaries are the things that protect your evolution, that clarity isn't just about knowing what you want, it's also about being brutally clear on what you will not accept. And you cannot wait for life to force that clarity upon you, because eventually it will. Through a breakdown, maybe, through a betrayal, through a burnout. Life will correct you, even if you don't correct yourself. If you do it now, maybe it'll help, nullify the pain, but eventually it will happen. And if you allow it to happen to you naturally, it will come with so many different negative side effects, so many harms, so many, I can't even describe it in words because I'm slow, but if you allow life to give you that lesson, you haven't learned anything from it. Instead, you're only learning how to adapt to the future that your life revolves around. So look at your life for a minute. Carefully look at the things that you let slide every single day, the things that you accept, the things that you excuse. Is that really the standard that you'd like to live by? Is that really the version of you that you want to defend and you want to carry? Because the deeper you go into your own compromises, the harder it becomes to genuinely recognize yourself as a person. Every single time that you avoid confrontation, you delay the alignment. Every single time you justify mediocrity, you reinforce it. And every single time that you let something continue that you know deep down that you shouldn't, you're voting for your own stagnation. Change doesn't start with grand gestures or massive motivations. Instead, it starts with boundaries and intolerance. It starts with the decision to say no more to the things that you know are hurting you. No more to those draining conversations. No more to those half-assed efforts. No more sleepwalking through days that could have been meaningful and you could have had value from. Because like I said, what you tolerate, you become. So decide carefully, because it's not just about the things that you let in your life. Instead, it's about what you're turning into while you let it stay. Thank you.